Hey guys, this is Elias with Soulfly, and in this video I'm gonna show you how to export metabox custom fields to a CSV file using WP All Export. Now, the first step of course is to go here to All Export and New Export, and then we're gonna select the post type we wanna export. In this case it's properties, so we have here this site with 104 property listings. So let's get those exported, but first, let's say you don't want to export all of the properties, right? Maybe you only want to export those properties that are actually on the market. Now, we can do this using the filtering options in WPL Export. Now, to be able to do this, you need to pretty much know your properties, your post type, and the fields you have in them. For example, I know these properties have this field called availability, and some of these properties are on market, but some other are in other statuses. All right, so I'm gonna export the ones that are on market. Now, the way we do that is, like I said before, here on the filtering options, and we're gonna select from this elements pull down. We're gonna look for the one we need, which in this case, it's here under the metabox section, availability. I'm gonna select that, and for the rule, we have several options, but I'm gonna choose equals. Now I'm gonna type in here on the value field, I'm gonna type in on market. All right, because this is the value I want to filter the products by. I'm gonna add this rule, and as you can see, we no longer have 104 properties to be exported. Now we have 75, and those 75 properties are the ones that are on the market. Now, since this is done, I'm gonna customize my export file by clicking here on this button. But if you wanted to migrate all of the properties with all of the data, maybe to be imported later on with WPL import, then this is a great option. We have other videos on how to migrate data from one site to another using WPL export and WPL import. So if you're interested in that, check out the other videos in our channel or go to our website at WPLimport.com, right? From there, just click here on docs and go nuts here. We have here the migrate section. Cool. So let's continue. I'm gonna click here on the customize export file button. And there you go. This is our export template. You can think of this like your CSV file. Now, if I click here on preview, you will see a more spreadsheet-like layout maybe, where we have our three columns. We have ID, title, and content right here. Cool. So these properties are the ones that we have here. WPL export gives us 10 records just to preview and see how our file is looking. So we can dismiss this. And if, for example, we don't want this ID field just drag it off like so and preview again. There you go. It's no longer here. Now, say you want to change some columns or whatever, well, just click on them and you will find all of these options here. Now, if you want to change the column name, here it is the first setting, the first field right here. So I'm going to call this name for property name, right? I'm going to save this and preview. There you go. That's it. Now here for content, this sounds a little bit weird, so I'm going to change this to description. All right, save. It's cool, better. Now guys, since we're importing metabox custom fields, we will need the metabox export add-on. Now if you have that already, you will find here the metabox section. Now if we open this, you will find all of the fields you have created with metabox, which in this case are all of this. Now you can go ahead and drag and drop this first element, which is in black letters, as you can see, and it will add all of the fields to your export template automatically. Now, alternatively, you can also drag and drop all of these fields individually and build your own CSV step by step, let's say. So I've added here our map address field, and as you can see, we have our data. I'm gonna look this post here in our site, all right? I'm gonna copy that name, go here, find that. One Church Court, West Yorkshire, and that's the same address we have here, so the data is accurate. Now let's continue dragging and dropping stuff here, but for this short address, I want to do something more interesting, right? Because although this is the data we have here, I don't see much of a point of having this when I have the address right here, right? Maybe I want to build a custom field. So if I wanted to do that, I will need to add a new field, and then I'm going to select here custom export field. Now I'm going to call this sales description. All right. And now here I'm going to type in maybe enjoy this beautiful. I'm going to drag and drop this listings type. Okay. Located at short address, right? With X amount of square feet, right? X amount of bedrooms and X amount of bathrooms. All right, yeah, that's good. Let's maybe add another one, maybe sell price. Yeah, sell price. I'm gonna type in here a $sign and the price on here. Cool. So let's see how this looks. I'm gonna save this, and there you go, guys. So yeah, let's see. This one says, enjoy this beautiful house located at Bingley Central, West Yorkshire, with 1,100 and something square feet, 2 bedrooms and what bathrooms. Sell price 94k. So that's great. That was fun. So let's continue. Here we have our date first listed. I'm gonna preview. You can see this is a date field. I'm gonna show you right here. Here is this field, which is a date picker. It's good. We have several other fields. I'm gonna show you this in depth so you know how this looks, right? So here we have the next field we want to add is availability. It's good. Then we have our listings type. Cool. Then the price, amenities, right? Let's see how this looks. Cool. So availability, actually it's on the market. All of them are on the market. So I'm gonna actually take that out. We don't need that. Cool. Listings type is good. Then the amenities, as you can see here, they are separated with pipes. But if we wanted to do something a little bit nicer, we could transform these pipes into a comma. Now we can do this in a couple of ways. If you want, you can write your own custom PHP function here to maybe replace that pipe with a comma. That will work too. And if you want to know more about that, you can go here to wpolimport.com. Click on the export section and you will find how to run custom PHP functions here under the advanced topics, custom PHP functions. And there you go. This is all the info we have on how to run PHP functions. Now, there is two kinds of functions we can use. There is custom PHP functions and there are inline functions. Now, the inline functions will look like this, all right? So this is a very neat one that we will use right now. Now this is the str replace function that's built in WPL export. Now I'm gonna show you how this works. Now I'm gonna select here custom export field. I'm gonna open a bracket. I'm gonna type in str replace. All right, and then I'm gonna open a parenthesis. I'm gonna type in the element I want to look for in my string, which in this case it's a pipe, and I'm gonna type that in surrounded by quotes like this, right? Then I'm gonna type in comma. I'm gonna open these quotes again. I'm gonna type in here the value I want to use to replace this first one, which is a comma, and I'm gonna add a space here, right? So I'm gonna close these quotes again. I'm gonna type in comma again, and I'm gonna drag and drop the element I want to run this function on, which is amenities right here. Cool. Then I'm going to close my parentheses and my brackets and give this a name, which is amenities. All right. Save, preview. There you go. We have here, we have replaced the old value, which was a pipe, with a comma and a space. And this looks a lot nicer, right? So let's close this up. All right. And continue dragging and dropping stuff here. Now the listings type, we already have it here. Then the price, it's already here. Square feet, bedrooms, good. Then the rooms element, And this, guys, is a repeater. Now, let me show you right here. Cool. Here it is, rooms, and we have 3 subfields. We have name, measurement, and description. So if we go here, you won't find this in a single column. You will find it in 3 because they are 3 subfields. But if we zoom in here, you will see that all of these names are separated with pipes too. We have here the entrance hallway, the WC, living room, right? And this is pretty much the same we have here. Cool. So if we wanted to maybe show this in a more orderly fashion, maybe we could click here on the rooms repeater element, and then I'm going to display each repeater row in its own CSV line. I'm going to enable this, and I'm not going to enable this just yet. I'm going to show you how this looks first. So I'm going to save this, preview, and there we go. We have here our entrance hallway. Down here we have our WC, living room, dining room, kitchen, and whatever. All of the different repeater rows are in its own CSV line. So the only issue with this is that now all of this data is empty, right? All of this is empty. Now, if we wanted to populate all of that data, right? Because maybe we don't want the repeater to have all of those other lines empty, maybe. Well, we can click here and enable this option that says fill in empty columns. Now, if you hover on the question mark, it will show you. If enabled, each repeater row will appear as its own CSV line with all the posts filled for every column. Now, let's show you how this looks. Save this, preview, and there we go. We have here our entrance hallway. If we scroll down a little bit, we will find the WC, but we do have also all of the other data clone, basically filling in all of the blank spaces, right? So I'm going to dismiss this and continue, right? Now this gallery field, I'm going to drag and drop that here. You can see this gallery is exporting all of the images as URLs. So if I copy one of these URLs and open it in my browser, you will see it's working. So that's great. Cool. Then here we have our floor plan, and that's pretty much the same. If I go here, copy this, and open it in my browser, you will find our floor plan right here working, right? Cool. Then finally we have the agent name, phone, email, and link for more details. Now this is all of the data we have in our metabox section, all right? The only thing I want to do is maybe change the order of some of this stuff a little bit, and perhaps we need to change the date first listed format because maybe we want a more readable date format, right? So WPL export will allow you to do that. If you click here on that element, you will find this option right here to change the date format. Now maybe let's try something like maybe D, maybe comma, S, maybe J and Y. Yeah, I believe that's good. So let's save this. Maybe I'm gonna simplify this. Maybe just date. It's good. Maybe listing date. That's good. Better. Listing date. It's good. Save. Preview. And there you go. Friday, January 12, 2024. So this is the listing date, and I believe this is like more readable. That's nicer. It's good. All right. Then I'm gonna drag and drop some stuff here. For example, I don't want the map address to be here. Maybe I'm gonna drag and drop that just after the floor plan. Yeah, that's good. Or maybe before the gallery. That's better. Cool, the price. And I believe the rest is good as it is. I believe so. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it like that. So all of this is done. So I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. And right here, you can change the export type. Now, we won't be doing that in this example, but if you wanted, you could export this in 2 different Excel formats, or you can use XML with the default value you have here. If I hit preview, you will see it's the same format. These 2 columns, we change the name, and the name prevails. We also have here our sales description, and as you can see, all of the data is still here. Same with the listings date, which we change the date format. It's still the same. And this is pretty much the default value where you can drag and drop stuff here and export it as XML. But there is another way where you can build your own XML structure, right? So that's a lot more advanced, and we do have other videos on that, so be sure to check out the other videos in our channel and our website at wplimport.com if you want to know more about that, right? For this example, I'm just gonna stick with the CSV and continue here to export our file. Now, before we do that, WPL export says, okay, so this is the summary. Remember, you're exporting 75 properties. It's good. These are some scheduling options in case you want to schedule your export or whatever. So yeah, we have these options. This is useful. For example, if you want to export maybe once a week, all of the properties that are available, you can do that. For example, you can use the automatic scheduling options and set that up here, for example, to run every Sunday at 12 a.m., right? And what's cool about this is that you can connect WPL export with something like Zapier and send you an email with the file or do all sorts of crazy stuff there, right? There is a lot of flexibility on what you can do, especially with the automatic scheduling service, which is very easy to set up. You just saw that. But this has a cost of $9 a month. Now, if you want to pay this, you can also schedule your exports using cron jobs. Now, this is a little bit more advanced, but it does have some interesting benefits. For example, you could write a script that will run the trigger and then processing URLs, and then it will use the file URL to do something with it or whatever. So there is a lot of stuff you can do here. Now, again, if you want to know more about this, click here on this link, and that will take you to our docs on running cron jobs, right? Now, I don't want to do that, as I said before, so I'm gonna select here, do not schedule, right? And here for the advanced options, we have, well, several self-explanatory options. For example, this one says export each property in real time as they are created. So if we enable that, WPL export will run this export each time a new property is created, right? So you can get pretty crazy here. For example, if you are importing automatically with WPL import new properties every X amount of time, and WPL import creates those new properties, well, you can do as name says, and WPL export will run this export every time a property is created. So yeah, that's it. Then we have the feature to export properties only once, and this is cool because maybe you don't want to export the same properties every single week, right? Maybe this week you exported these 75 properties, but the next week you will only have 15 new properties that are on the market, and you don't want to export all of these 75 properties which you already have in your ERP or whatever. Well, you can enable that option here, and you will only export the properties once, meaning that these ones won't be exported the next time the export runs, right? So again, guys, hover on the question mark and you will know a little bit more about what all of these options do, right? Now here we have the ability to allow non-admins to run this export in client mode. So if you hover on the question mark, it will show you what it is, but basically that means if you go here to all export, then settings, okay, here at the bottom we have the client mode and the roles that have access. So if I click here on editor and save the client mode settings, then go here and allow this export to be run in client mode, that would mean that every single person that have editor role in WordPress will see the all export menu and will be able to run this export and download that file. Now, they won't be able to actually make changes to it. They won't be able to run PHP functions. They won't be able to do anything other than run this and download the exported file, right? So this is because maybe you don't want to give admin privileges to anyone on your side. That's very dangerous. So this is like a safe mode, right? Where you can have your employees or whatever run this export and use this data, but not give them full access to your site. So this is pretty cool. Now, finally, we have here the ability to change the export name. So if you want to, you can change that. I don't want to do that, and all of these settings are good as they are for this example. So I'm gonna just run this export. All right, so I'm gonna download this. Cool. And there you go. Here is our data. Now we have our description, the sales description, the listings date is with the new format we used. We set up. Then we have our amenities, square feet, room's name, and the rooms are each on its own row, so that's good. Then we have our map address, the gallery, it's good, floor plan, the agent name, phone, email, and link for more details. So yeah, it seems like all of the data is here, guys. So there you go. That's it. That's how you export metabox custom fields to a CSV using WP All Export. Now, remember, guys, if you want to learn more about how to do more complex stuff with WP All Export or keep exporting other metabox data, or maybe you're using Jet Engine or ACF for your custom fields, maybe you're using WooCommerce and want to import or export products, orders, previews, and whatnot, just check out the other videos in our channel, check out our website at wpimport.com, and see you next time.